Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of the Quicken Guide. It is my mission to make sure you have the best user experience with your Quicken software. If you have not done so already, please click on the subscribe button below to get news, updates, and tutorials for your Quicken product. Also, if you have any questions, please comment below and I will promptly respond as soon as possible. Today, we are going to talk about after installing your Quicken program. Of course, today we are using Quicken 2017, and those of you that's using previous versions such as 2016, 15, and 14, this can help you out with that as well. But we are using the most updated version of Quicken, and we will get ready to begin. After installing your software, you will come to this page here, and it's going to ask if you are new or it's going to ask if you are upgrading. If you are a brand new Quicken user, you need to click on Am New. After selecting Am New, you will come to a page that says Sign In, or you have the option to create an account as well. If you are a current Intuit user, or you already have an Intuit ID, one that you may have used with TurboTax or Quicken in the past, you can put that email address or Intuit ID in here. Then you put your password in here today. But if you are a brand new user or you have a brand new email address that you desire to use, you can click on create account. If you are a current Intuit user and you selected Am New, changing your email address will not affect your data file in any shape, form, or fashion. So for the sake of today's tutorial, we're going to click on Create Account. Once we click on that, we'll come to a page where it will ask for your email address. Let's put that in. Then it asks for your mobile phone number. The mobile phone number, it is not required, but it is recommended. It's an optional field, but I do suggest using your mobile device, your mobile phone number, simply because from time to time the Quicken program will ask you to confirm your account with a confirmation number, and that confirmation number can be sent via text message to your mobile device. Also, you do have the option of getting that confirmation code in your email as well. The reason I do prefer the mobile device, put the mobile device number in, is simply because the code comes quick. And also some email providers, they put a delay or they will send the code to the junk email as well. So this is just the most efficient and the fastest way to get your code. So I got my mobile device number in. Then you're going to be asked to create a password. It is very important when creating the password, you pay attention to the requirements of the password right below. It's kind of grayed out, which is actually a feature I don't like in the software. I think it should stand out just a little more. But on that password, you have to make sure that it has an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, a number, and a special character, and it must be at least 8 characters long as well. So let's create a password here. All right, once the password is complete, please check to make sure that it says your password is strong. When it says your password is strong, that means that you have met all of the requirements for the password. Next is going to ask you to confirm that password. Once it's confirmed, click on Create Account. Now it's going to ask you to complete your Intuit profile, and it's going to give you a list of security questions. So let's go ahead and go through the list of security questions here. Today I will use, what's the name of your first boss? I will select that one. My first boss name was Bill. All right. Then it's going to ask you to put in your zip code as well. Once that's in, you're going to click on Next. After clicking on Next, it's going to give you the option to sync to mobile. Sync into a mobile device, it is not required. But if you desire to use the Quicken app, which is free from the Play Store for Android devices, and it's also free from the Apple App Store as well. And the benefit of having the sync to mobile is that all the information that you key in on your Quicken program on your desktop or your laptop, that information will sync over to your mobile device, your iPhone, your Android phone, or your tablet, whether it's made by Apple or if it's made by Samsung or Android or something to that effect. All right. Also, you can key transactions in on your mobile device, and it will sync back to your desktop or your laptop software as well. Now, I do need to say this before we move forward. When you enable the mobile sync, it does not sync the data that you have from computer to computer. The mobile sync is only designed to sync the data that you have from your desktop or your laptop over to your mobile device. Sometimes people, they want to sync the information between two different computers, but this feature here will not allow you to do that. But today we're not going to use mobile for this tutorial. So we'll select don't use mobile. Once we select that, click on next. Now you'll come to the screen that says registration successful, and it gives you your Quicken ID here. And of course, it gives you an overview of the features that you'll find here in the Quicken program. In the lower right hand corner, let's go ahead and click on add account and determine which kind of account you will be adding first. The first account that we're going to add today, it is a checking account. You click on checking. Now here, some people do not want to download transactions directly from the bank into their Quicken program. And then some people, they want to enter all their transactions manually. For this first account that we are going to set up in Quicken, I'm going to set up an account to where the transactions are going to download from the bank automatically. So here you will find a list of financial institutions that's here. These are the most popular banks in the United States. If your bank is not listed here, then you can type in the name of your bank. And my bank that I'm using today is First US Bank. And here's my bank. It came up on the top of the list. I will click there. And it's getting the information that's needed, and it's going to ask for my user ID and password. The user ID and password here, it is the same user ID and password that you would use at your bank's website to log in. All right, here you can select Save Password. If you click Save Password, it's going to require you to set up what's called a password vault in Quicken. The purpose of the password vault is for when you get ready to download brand new transactions, you do not have to put in the password again for the bank. In some cases, some customers, they have more than one bank account at different financial institutions. And if you don't save those passwords, every time you get ready to download transactions, you will have to key in each one of those passwords for the bank. But if you save those passwords in the password vault that is in Quicken, you will only have to use one password, and that's the vault password. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And then in the lower right hand corner, click on connect. All right. Now, my bank uses a connection that's called Direct Connect. And from time to time, you may see this screen pop up that says change assigned password. And a lot of customers get stuck here because they do not want to change their password that's at the bank. And why would Quicken ask me to change my password? Most banks, from time to time, they may require you to change the password, and you can change it right here if you would like to. And this is not a required feature here, and you can simply bypass it. You don't want to click on cancel because you have to start over from the beginning, but just make sure that all these fields are blank. And then if you do not want to change the password, just click OK. After you click OK, you'll get a message that says, for security purposes, please enter a new password. Click OK again, and it will simply bypass that screen and is looking for the accounts. So once it finds all of the accounts that's here, it will describe to you what kind of account it is. and the action that you want to take toward that account as well. And then right here, you can create a nickname for the account. And if you're using a Quicken Home and Business or Rental Property Manager, which I'm using today, you can change whether the account is a personal or business. So today I'm only going to add one account in my Quicken, which is my personal checking account at this particular financial institution. So the other two business accounts that I have where it says add, since I do not want to add it, I will click on the down pull arrow and I will click on ignore. I don't want to add the bottom checking account as well. I will click on the down pull arrow and I will click on ignore as well. And then simply click on next. After clicking on next, it will ask you to change the password again. Do not worry about the screen. It will come up from time to time. It's just for security purposes. The bank may ask you to change the password. So once again at this screen, we need to make sure that all three of these fields are blank. So I'm going to take out the password there and the other two fields are blank. Click OK. And then we'll get the message again for security purposes. Please enter new password. Click OK again. And it's going to complete the process for you. Once the process is complete, you will get a message that says account added, the name of the bank, website, the bank's phone number, and it will have a green check mark by the account that was added. Simply click on finish. After clicking finish, over on the left hand side of the page, you'll see where it says Aubrey's personal checking. You click there. And here are all of the transactions. Now, one thing I do need to let you know, when you download from your bank for the first time, Quicken will only download the last 90 days of transactions. Quicken will only download the last 90 days of transactions. If you need transactions beyond that point, you will have to log into your bank's website, download those transactions, and import them into your Quicken program. So let's go to the top. And we see here my transaction started on 11/22, which was exactly 90 days ago. And today is 1/22 of 2017, and I don't have any current transactions. All right. So now we're going to, for those customers that don't want to download transactions manually from the bank, that don't want to download transactions automatically from the bank, what you would do, you are going to add what's called a manual account. And the way you would do that to key in each transaction by hand, on the upper left hand corner, you see where it says accounts, and then there's a plus sign, and click on where it says add account. Click there, and then your account add menu will come up. I'm gonna click on cancel. Another way you can add an account, click on tools and then click on add account. Those two places will take you to the same place. So now I'm going to add a manual checking account to where I want to key in every transaction by hand. So I'll select checking. And this time, instead of selecting a name of my financial institution, I'll click on advanced setup. Then I have to make sure the bottom selection is selected where it says I want to enter my transactions manually. Then click on next. Then create a name for your checking account. Then if you're using Rental Property Manager or Quicken Home and Business, select what kind of account it is. Personal account, business account, or an account that refers to rental property transactions. Then you'll click on next. And here it's going to ask for your statement ending date. So you want to have a statement in hand to determine what the ending date is. And then you put in your statement ending balance as well. You may not have that available right now, and that is no problem. And so you can select any date that you would like to, or you can start, or you can use today's date and then put in a balance here as well if you would like. If you don't know the balance, you can leave that at 0. I'm going to leave everything as is for right now. Then I will click on next. Then we're back at the same page again. account added, and I have the name of my checking account, has a green check mark, and it is good and ready to go. Then click on finish. After clicking finish, I am in my Quicken Guide checking. And here we go. And of course, you see there are no transactions here, and everything can start off on a fresh slate. And you're ready to start keying in transactions for that manual account. Before we go on today, I just want to show you how to key in a manual transaction. Here on the very top, you see where it says opening balance. If you do not have the ending date of the statement nor the ending balance, and you just want to start keying in transactions on this top line here, all you need to do is to do a right click. Once you right click, you're going to come down and you're going to select delete, and then click on yes to confirm, and everything is out. Now, since no information was actually on that particular transaction, when you're scrolling through your accounts, it may throw you off a little bit. So I like to go ahead and delete that. So let's say that I want to do a transaction for January the 1st, 2017. And of course, today is the 22nd, but you can go back and enter transactions as you please. All right, got my date in. If I'm writing a check, I will put my check number here. I'll put my check number here. If there's an ATM transaction, I can put that there. If it's a deposit, I can put that. If I'm going to print a check, I can select that. If I'm doing a transfer from one account to another account, I'll select that. If I'm doing an electronic funds transfer, I will select that. So let's say I'm going to do an EFT, and then my payee, let's say that's going to be Alabama Gas Corporation. If you would notice, I have some payees that's already here because I do have another Quicken file as well. And I'll let you know in advance. Your Quicken will not come up with a list of payees just like you saw on mine. But once you key in your transactions and those payees are saved, they'll pop up for you, okay? Oh, I can't spell today. That's Allegansco, then a memo. And let's say January gas payment. Well, since it's the 1st of January, let's just say it's December's gas payment. My category, utilities. Then you put how much the payment was, and let's say it was $200. Okay, that's the amount, and then we'll click on save. So I got my transaction keyed in, and of course it's showing where I have a negative $200 because I did not put a beginning balance in or a starting balance. If I had a starting balance, I could put that in there. So just for sake of conversation, if I did this right here and I said, wait a minute, my balance is a negative $200, it's not that. All you have to do, let's go back and let's put in an opening balance per se, and let's date this one for 12/31. And then we'll tab it over and let's name it opening. Well, let's just say deposit. Put deposit in here. Let's tell where the deposit came from. I'll just say December's ending balance for the memo. It's already listed as other income. And of course, since I already have this the payee name deposit, instead of it tabbing over to the payment column, it tabs right over to the deposit column. And since it's there, I'm going to say $1,000. Oh, let's take that .00 out. And once I do that, it has my amount there. Then I'll click on save. And as you notice, since I had a date before 1/22/2017, it put the transaction in the right on the right row. And now my ending balance here at the bottom on the right is $800. And that is how you will create a manual account and key in your manual transactions. Well, that's it for today. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Always remember, it is my mission to make sure you have the best user experience with your Quicken software. Also, if you have not done so already, Well, that's it for today. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Always remember, it is my mission to make sure you have the best user experience with your Quicken software. Also, if you haven't done so already, please click on the subscribe button below to get news, updates, and tutorials for your Quicken product. If you have any other questions or something you would like me to add to my channel, please comment below and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. Once again, this is the Quicken Guy, and until next time, have a great day.